Okay, salam alaikum. This is video 3. Okay, I believe it's 3. Yeah. And if it's not, it's 4 then. Okay, so anyway, now the award ceremony, the Grammy Awards, 66 Grammy Awards, right? It was a ritual, right? And you all know in Hollywood they do those damn rituals, okay? You know that they do that blood sacrificing and all that crap. They be worshiping Iblis and all this kind of stuff, and they are not very faithful, to one another. It's very difficult to trust anybody, that you know that is dedicated to the system, Dixiecrat party and all of that kind of stuff, because a lot of them are competing, right? To be in that #1 spot, and they're pit against each other to compete, right? Okay, so anyway, so that was a ritual to try to take my position, right, as the celestial mother, and then put Crazy's daughter as the head, right? Because she's Capricorn, born the 7th of January, right? Not unlike Nicolas Cage, right? And not only that, Nicolas Cage was married to, as I said, to Elvis Presley's daughter, right? So that was supposed to be a connection to myself, because Elvis Presley's daughter's son transcended on the same day as my daughter, my niece, and then it's also connected to the planetary harmonic convergence, right? Okay, and so now. And what you call his birthday on the Islamic calendar is Safar 13, right? Michael Jackson's birthday, right? On the Islamic calendar, right? So that is also an attempt to usurp the legacy of Michael Jackson, right? His position as #1, right? The king, right? Of the kingdom, right? Okay, so it's all connected. I have I'll repost a video that I've done, so that, not a video, but a commentary that I've done on this matter. I'll repost that sometime really soon. I'll let you know when it's going to come through, and you can follow the chronology of events that took place and how exactly I come to this hypothesis, right? Now, okay, so now, as we said, so you have to take the leadership of your own life, right? You can't let someone come in and just take control of your life by creating the circumstances by which you are to follow, right? No, you are to lead, right? By following your intuition, right? And you're not going to be reactionary. That's a follower. If you react to certain things, no, you're going to be initiator, right? You're going to initiate your events that occur in your life. You're going to initiate those events based upon the celestial alignment, right? To make the best out of your life, to manifest those things that will benefit you in your life, right? You're going to take the leadership role, right? And don't let other people do rituals to try to have cause and effect by which you react to their cause and effect, right? That way you be a follower. No, don't do that, right? Okay, and you're going to need to stand in your own dignity to gain your own destiny. So when I don't like the way these glasses are very uncomfortable. So to follow your own destiny, right? So when Jupiter, I mean not Jupiter, but when Saturn and Neptune enter the celestial house of Pisces, not Pisces, but Aries, right? You will already be grounded, right? You will already be grounded and ready to take leadership of your own life. And that's what's most important. Alhamdulillah. Right? Okay, so Saturn and Mercury. Saturn and Mercury. No, so when Saturn and Neptune enter, okay, the celestial house of Aries, right? Ariel, right? Ramadan, cardinal sun, right? Okay, so Saturn and Mercury are in the heart of the sun, right? And that was that Mercury Cusini, right? For purification, right? Um, and um, Now, why is it important for Mercury and Saturn to be purified? Because when they enter the house, they got to be purified, right? And nothing purifies but fire, right? Purifies the consciousness from the old, right? The old celestial 50,000 celestial year cycle that's ended, right? So Mercury's purified, Saturn is going to be purified, Neptune is going to be purified. All of those planets, when they have that, what is it called? It's called a stellium that is in Mercury. That's in Neptune, right? And Venus is going to be there soon, right? So Mercury in the heart of the sun is being purified. Saturn in the heart of the sun is being purified, right? So when it enters the house, and you'll have, the energy will be pure, right? Okay, and it's going to be pure Ramadan, right? Pure for when Ramadan approaches, right? Because Mercury is going to go into Aries, right? Right before Ramadan, mashallah. Okay, so he will be there all of Ramadan. Mercury's going to be in Aries, Ramadan, celestial house of Aries, Ariel, right? For the complete of Ramadan, mashallah. Okay, and also something you got to be mindful too. From what I understand, Jupiter is going to be going in Gemini on the 25th of May, right? Right before Mercury leaves. Right before Mercury leaves Aries, right? Jupiter is going to be going in Gemini, and when Jupiter goes in Gemini, a lot of things are going to be popping off, right? A lot of things. So that's because the outcast creature is going. I call him an outcast creature. The Iblis will be released, right? From after Ramadan, right? He gets released from, because during Ramadan I said he's locked up, mashallah. Well, Allah locks him up, right? So he can't harass the believers when they're praying and fasting, right? So when he gets released, he's going to be crazy, right? He's going to be really, really crazy. And because he's going to be desperate, because the elections are going to come, right? First of all, he's going to be cut off from the energy because of that eclipse. But then second of all, he's not going to have any, he's going to be desperate because the election's going to come, right? And that deep state, who follows him, is going to be, that deep state is going to have no power, right? It's going to be, removed. It's going to collapse, right? Because that's what it's supposed to do. Babylon is supposed to collapse, right? So they're not going to have any power. So they're going to be really, really, you better gird your loins because it's going to be crazy. I anticipate it to be crazy. So that's why you're going to need this Ramadan to fast and pray and remember what I say. Mashallah, fast and pray. And stay in your freaking peace, because they're going to try to provoke you to war. They're going to try to make you a lot of false flags. Probably, Allahu Alam. I would imagine that. Allahu Alam. They're going to try to drag you into Ukraine, try to drag you into the Zionist occupation. They're going to try to do, crazy stuff. They're going to try to terrorize you. I would imagine that. Stay in your peace. Stay in your peace. And know that you are on higher ground. And Allah will protect you. Okay, know that. Okay, because you got to stay prepared to aid in your own recovery, right? And that's why you have Mercury also conjoining the North Node of Destiny, right? So a lot of individuals will find their destiny, right? It will be time to fulfill your destiny, your purpose, right? And that's very, very imperative. Right? Okay, so we have Mercury. We had Mercury because Mercury just entered the celestial house of Ramadan house of cardinal house of Aries, right? That was today. Okay, so now we have the sun and the sun is going to go into Aries really, really soon too. Okay, I think it's going to go in there. Well, of course, we got the equinox coming up, right? And that's going to be during Ramadan too. So there's going to be a lot of time to get some celestial grid, some celestial power, some celestial grounding. Pray and fast. I know many of you might say, I'm not Muslim. I'm not going to do. No, do it. You're going to need to do it. Whether you believe in Islam or not, practice it, because you will be grateful to Allah that you practice it later. Okay? You really, really will be. Christians and Jews as well. Fast and pray. You're going to need that to stay in your peace, right? Because they're going to try to do a lot. They're going to try to get really crazy and scare you and terrorize you. Don't, no, and you can't afford to be terrorizing, and you can't afford to be afraid, right? Okay. They'll try to unleash spirits on the earth, do more human sacrifice, and black people, y'all better really be careful because they like to sacrifice y'all a lot because try to sacrifice black people a lot because of the heat, the passion that black people have, that we have, right? And the DMT and the celestial gifts that we have, and that is the DMT and the strong spirit and all that, right? They try to feed that just like they fed Hebrew Israelite little black babies to alligators, right? Okay, so you better be prepared. Okay, so we just had the Kazemi with Mercury. Mercury just got purified. Mercury is in the house of Aries. My natal Mercury, right? Michael Jackson, mashallah, subhanallah, is Mercury. Represents Mercury, right? The Virgin, right? The Virgo. So, and as we said, no, okay, all right, we won't go there because that's a bit longer than I anticipate. I want to be here, do this video. Okay, so Saturn was purified and Mercury was purified. Now we have Venus going into Pisces, mashallah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay? And we have, as I said, Ramadan starts tomorrow, right? Okay. Okay, now, so the Kazemi represented a purification of Saturn, okay? It represented a purification of the heart, in the heart, the hot heat of the sun, right? And Mercury, okay, so and Mercury was purified too. I keep saying that over and over because I'm trying to understand my own writing, right? My own commentary. Because as I said, remember, you got to look at these like quadrains, right? Because I be writing so fast, and if I correct everything, I don't have time to correct and edit and all that, or else I wouldn't get the word out, right? And what's most important is getting the word out so that, mashallah, you'll know exactly where you are in this celestial shift. That's what's most important to me, right? Okay, so Mercury's purified too, right? And going to speak with a lot more strength and clarity, right? Okay, so, now for some, it will hurt. It will hurt. The purification will hurt. But you got to do it. You got to purify yourself, right? And what happens is when you fast, it shifts your energy, right? It messes with your energy because you don't eat. You depend on Allah, the energy of the celestial, you depend on the heavens, the energy in that are in the energy that's in the celestial energy. Your body feeds off of that energy, and that shifts your energy, right? That's why it's important to fast, right? So that it will purify your energy, right? Okay, now, and as I said, you're going to need that purification so that, when you go into, when Saturn and Neptune goes in the celestial house of Aries, that's ahead, right? That you will be well grounded and your energy will be strong, right? And you'll know how to deal with all the illusions that they might try to make the person have with all these the psychodrama, right? The psychosis, because there'll be a lot of psychosis going around, right? And a psychosis is something, an illusionary state of thinking that only happens in the head. It's not physical reality. It's a mental illusion that's occurring in the mind, that it's only affecting that individual because they have a false sense of consciousness or a false sense of reality that it's difficult for them to think their way through, so they think it's real, but it's really just let's say a mind game, right? It's an illusion, right? So that's what a psychosis is, right? Okay, so now, So as I said, it's gonna hurt, but you have to purify yourself anyway, right? Okay, and for some, the cut will be deep. It will be deep for some. It just depends on how, you know, spiritually contaminated that the person is. It would depend on how much healing they need, spiritual healing they need, right? So, however, the purification must be made in order to survive the celestial exam of the soul for those who seek to enter the new Ramadan cosmically integrated Holy Spirit filled Revelation 12 global MJLA, and LA stands for the Lemma, right? The Lemma, the Lamination, the Illumination, the Illuminati, right? The Illumination is Illuminati, right? Okay, the new Illuminati, the new illumination, right? The true illumination, the true Illuminati, right? All that other bullshit has gone away. The head of that old Illuminati's gone away, that rat child, right? They'll make you think they've still got power. They don't. They have no power. They're a headless body, okay? They are a headless body and they will collapse. And anybody following that headless body is going to collapse too. Make sure. Okay, let's go to video 4.